Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm going to do quick. By the way, if it's really dark, it's because I'm on my back porch. And I just finished 15 minutes on the rowing machine. I did a 1 mile run. I got a pretty big day with some closings, so I had to get some cardio in. Anyways, two things this week. First one, if you're a seller, and this is real. So, story, I had a buyer, real qualified buyer, trying to do some semi-larger deals, north of $1 million. So he found a business on the internet called the local broker. It's one of my colleagues in the local market here. This particular firm likes to position themselves like they're, an M&A firm, Series 7 type guys, investment bankers. I'll leave it up to you guys to judge whether that's real at the Main Street level or not. I personally don't think it is, but not the point. The point was I had sent in the inquiry for the guy with the non-disclosure. The broker replied he wanted to see a financial statement and a resume. Now, it's a printing business, by the way, we're looking at. And then I do all that, I get it back, and the reply I get is that the buyer's not qualified to buy this $1.5 million business because he doesn't have the experience or liquidity, which I kind of anticipated, and I'll tell you why. Now, here's the punchline. 2 days later, I told my buyer to inquire of the same broker from Biz Buy Sell directly, and on the same business, and he did. And I proceeded to get follow-on emails from my guy saying, look at this, he's actually talking to me about this business, didn't ask for any of the stuff he had asked from you. So if you're a seller, ask yourself something. Why do you think that was going on? I'm going to tell you why. The firm in question is like a two-man firm, very small. They do not do a lot of transactions. And the sad fact of the matter is what they were doing was trying to block sharing the revenue stream at the end of the transaction. By blocking, the philosophy is, as some of these firms out there try to purposely prohibit the transaction from going through with other brokers because they're not big enough to afford to cooperate. Now, a lot of firms sugarcoat that crap and say, hey, we're shielding you from unqualified brokers, which is laughable because the guy in question's been in the business 2 years and he's fresh out of college. And I've been doing it for 15 and have spanked him and his firm repeatedly for, the last 15 years. So that story don't hold water. It literally comes down to greed and, frankly, a disservice to a seller by not exposing a deal to the market. So when you're a broker, or when you're a seller rather, and you're looking at choosing someone to sell your business or to consult with you, you want to make sure they're acting in your best interest and not their own. And you truly need to understand how it is they make money, the layered cost of their business, and look at their outcomes and records and ask really, really hard questions that normally people don't talk about, like co-brokering percentages and what's their overhead, because that will tell you how they go to market in the truest sense. Talk is cheap. The proof is in the outcomes and the way they conduct themselves in the market and how their margin operates, how they actually eat and live and function as a company. So, sad story. Anyways, long story short, the buyer in this case did not go to market with that guy because of the ethics issue. So the seller, whoever he is, lost out on a good buyer. And the buyer went to contract last night on a business $500,000 over the purchase price of the one we were initially looking at. Mike Shea, your FloridaBusinessBroker.com.